Gaffer, first cup match of the season tomorrow as we host Carlisle. What are your initial thoughts ahead of the fixture?
It'll be a tough game. I watched Carlisle early in the season. They played Morecambe, and they were very, very good. They were very good. And it'll be a tough game for us tomorrow, without a shadow of a doubt. And they've started the season well. So, a game we're looking forward to. Obviously, after the weekend, when you get beat the weekend, you want to get back into action again pretty quickly. So, we're looking forward to it.
We played them last December for another cup game, another good game. And their side, I understand you've got a lot of respect for. Great tradition.
Yeah, I think I've just said that. I think it is. Carlisle is it's a big club. I mean, you look at some of the crowds that they've had there over the years. Big club. Jimmy Glass scores that goal that keeps him in the Football League all those years ago. It's a great memory for everyone. So, yeah, Carlisle, good club. As I've said so far, good team. Looking forward to seeing them tomorrow night. I know Paul Simpson. But yeah, we're obviously sort ourselves out. Really, that's the important thing.
At this stage of the season, how important are cup competitions to you?
Well, I don't know whether it's this part of the season or latter of the season. I think, obviously, if we're talking about cup games in the latter part of the season, it means we've progressed in the cup. So I suppose you could say the latter ones are more important because the games are probably going to get bigger and mean more. But theoretically, you've got to start somewhere in whatever cup competition you play in. So the start is really important. Otherwise, you don't get to them other important games in the latter part of it. So, I think they're all important, and it's a game we're looking forward to. As I said, you get beat at the weekend, and whatever circumstances there are, we want to talk about with that. You want to get back and get back playing, and that's what we want to do tomorrow.
Tom Flanagan was obviously sent off at the weekend.
Yeah.
Have you seen that back a few more times since then, I assume?
I didn't need to see it back on the day. I didn't need to see it back. I mean, I think there's been enough comedy made of it, apparently, yesterday. I think it's been in the national newspapers. I think it's been on social media. Not that I'm on social media, but I've been told about that. I don't get 2 yellow cards. I spent nearly all day on the phone yesterday talking to the relevant people, probably asking them to explain it, because you can't explain it. And the most disappointing part of it is probably the way the referee spoke to Tom, which we all know about camera phones these days, so you've got to be careful what you say on any God-given moment. If he's going to send Tom off, what he doesn't need to be is he doesn't need to be saying "see you later." What's that about? I don't get that. I really don't get that. And I was disappointed yesterday in the referee. I spoke to the referee before the game, so I thought, okay, let's see how you get on today. So I was really disappointed in that. And also, I'm not sure that he saw the incident, because he's gone over to the linesman, and then the linesman's had his 2 pennies worth. But let's wait and see how we get on, because the culmination of lots of phone calls yesterday, we may have got to the truth with all of it, but we'll know we're going to appeal it, and rightly so. We're going to appeal what's happened, and people will say, before anyone says anything, you can appeal 2 yellow cards. You can if you think there's a mistaken identity in there, and I think that's what he's done. Because if I'm being brutally honest, Marco Morosi should have been booked, and Tom Flanagan should have been booked. But Tom Flanagan shouldn't get 2 yellow cards for that. What's the first one for? Don't get it. He didn't say anything. So let's see how we get on today. If there's any justification in that, the FA will look at that and put it right and transfer a yellow card to Marco Morosi.
Well, if that appeal is unsuccessful, I guess to look for a positive, you've got so many brilliant, versatile players who can slot into that position if needs be.
Well, that's been a part of our recruitment, is to make sure that we have versatility in the squad. It's getting more and more difficult for us to try and compete with some of the clubs that we're competing with in this league. So therefore, you need to have versatility with those players, and I think we've managed to do that. If Tom's not available for tomorrow night, first of all, I would say that would be a bit of a joke if he's not available. But if he isn't, we'll suck it up and we'll put someone in his place and get the suspension out of the way.
Thank you, Gaffer.
Pleasure.